Hey everybody, happy Sunday. How are you? How's everybody doing today? I hope that you're all having an amazing Sunday so far and that you had a good weekend so far. Um I had a busy day yesterday. I wanted to come on and do a video for you guys yesterday, but I had an extremely busy day. So I didn't get a chance to. So I have a ton of stuff to get oh God, to get done today. But I wanted to come on and I wanted to do a tutorial using our new liquid eyeshadows. Um, I found a few tricks of how to use them to better apply them, I guess what I'm trying to say. I think. I know that a few people have said that they've had some trouble like knowing how to apply them because they're not used to a liquid eyeshadow. A lot of people have never used liquid eyeshadows. So there are little tips and tricks that you can do to put them on so that they come on evenly, more evenly. I think with any liquid eyeshadow, the first layer of shadow always to me comes out kind of patchy. I think that's with any product that's liquid eyeshadow, not any brand. I think it can be a little bit tricky. It tends to always look a little bit patchy on that first layer. So I've kind of been experimenting with them and just kind of working with them. I've used them before in a video. The first time I used them, I did get a little bit of patchiness because I think I was going over with the second coat too soon. I wasn't letting the first coat dry down enough. And I have to say that these, once they are dry, these stay on. They will not budge, okay? It's just a matter of taking your time, taking that little extra time and applying them, letting that first coat dry, and then going on top. Now, you can use a brush or you can use a finger or you can use your applicator. Obviously, that comes with the product. If you're going to use your finger, just make sure that your fingers are clean. You've used a sanitizer beforehand. Just make sure that your hands are really clean. Now, I swatched these about 20 minutes ago. So these are fully dry. So just to give you an idea, okay, when they're dry, you guys can see that is not going anywhere, okay? That's the lighter shade. This is two of the new ones that I just got. So you can see, okay, those are not moving, okay? They're on there until you take them off. So my best bet to give you, my best tip to give you would be do the first coat, let it dry, go on to the second coat, and then it will be on there, okay? So they're not going anywhere. So today what I'm going to do is I have no makeup on right now. I just have my primer. I'm not going to put a lot of makeup on today because I have just errands to do and I haven't been feeling good the last couple of days. I've had a really bad migraine and I have TMJ. And a couple weeks back, my jaw locked up really bad. And ever since then, it has been hurting me so bad. But I'm almost wondering now if I have like a cavity coming out because it's been a dull pain. But it's weird because I can eat on that side. I don't feel anything when I touch any of my teeth. I just had my teeth cleaned a couple weeks ago. I had no pain when she was cleaning the teeth. But I wasn't due for x-rays, so we didn't do x-rays. But I can't tell if it's still the jaw that hurts because I've never had it hurt this long when I've had an episode, but I'm not sure. So I need to go to the dentist. I'm going to have them just do some x-rays and see if it is a tooth, maybe a cavity, or it's just that my jaw locked up so bad this last time. I mean, it hurt. I was in so much pain. And I've been under a tremendous amount of stress, a lot of stress and anxiety, which I know can even increase the TMJ. So I'm not sure, but I am going to call the dentist and see what they say and have them take an x-ray just to be on the safe side. That way, if it's a cavity, I can just go get it filled and taken care of so that I don't end up having to have a root canal. But anyways, this is my sweater, guys. I love this sweater. It's just got this beautiful detail on the sleeves. It's so pretty. And I got it from Savers like a year ago, right before the pandemic hit. When the C word came into our lives. And I got it for like, I think I paid like $5 for this sweater. It still had the tags on it. It's just so comfortable. Both sleeves have the embroidery on them, and I just love this. It's like a bell sleeve. I love this sweater. So I am getting back on track as far as my weight loss, guys. So I'm feeling better about that. Now, if I just can get rid of this tooth pain, I will be, or jaw pain, whatever. We'll see. But anyways, okay, so I am going to do a look with this liquid eyeshadow. Now, I have all of the colors, but I think I'm just going to, I don't know, I don't know. I kind of want to do one eye with this shade and maybe one eye with the other shade because this one's a little bit harder to see. So I might do one of each because I want to show the two new colors. I used the other ones, so I kind of wanted to show you both colors. So I think I might do that, and then I can just rinse off the makeup. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just prime my eyes a little bit. I don't have an eye primer. I ran out of my pharmacy eye primer pot. So I think I'm just going to go in with some of the mattifying primer from the silver tube and just put that on my lid and let that dry for a second. I should have put this on while I was chatting. Okay. Okay. So I would recommend that if you have a regular primer, you use it. Use some type of primer on your lids before going in with any liquid eyeshadow. I just think that it gives it something to stick to. So I'm going to do one eye in the shade Dive Into Blue, and then I'll do one eye with the shade Joker, which I think is gorgeous. They're really pretty. Joker, as you can see, is really light, and this is the other color, the Dive Into Blue, which almost has like a purple blue reflex to it. It's really pretty. So we're going to just do a simple eye. I'm not going to put a crease color. I'm just doing this purposely to show you how to get the liquid eyeshadow to look very clean and not patchy and vibrant, and how to build that pigment up. So let's start out with the blue first. And what I've been doing, guys, is going in first with the applicator. I put that on the lid. Now the other thing is, if you are going to go in with a crease color, I suggest doing the crease color after, because while this is still white, if you are moving your eyes around, like if you're moving your lid or you're very animated when you talk like I am, this color can actually end up on that crease color and you have to kind of fix it. So I would recommend you do your lid first. Let it dry, do your second coat, and then go in with your crease color. Okay? So that's the first coat. Now for me, I am not a fan of liquid eyeshadows, and I'm going to tell you why. I have more mature lids, And I don't like the way that most liquid eyeshadows look on my lid. I feel personally that it accentuates all those little wrinkles and lines in my eyelid. Whereas if I'm using powder shadows, it takes away from that. So even with the primer, you can see, like, you really see every single wrinkle in my eyelid because my eyelids are more mature. So I tend to not like liquid eyeshadows for that reason. But the colors on our shadows are amazing. And if you are someone who loves liquid eyeshadows, you really will want to get these because I am not kidding you. When they dry, they dry. Okay? So I'm going to do... Now, see, you can see, like, because I'm very animated when I talk, my face, I use a lot of facial expressions when I talk. So you can kind of see where some of that product's already come up this way a little bit. So when that happens, you need to clean it up. That's why I would not go in with my crease color, because if you let it dry, it's not going to come off and you're going to have to start your whole look over again. So I would not put a crease color in. That way, if it does go up there, you can take your finger and take it off while it's still wet, and then it'll be fine. So for me, what I've done is just kind of like, as silly as this may look, I either take my hands as a fan or I take something else and kind of just fan it dry. Like, I'll shut my eye. You could also use like a hair dryer on a cool setting, and that'll make it dry quicker. That's a good idea. If you have, like, especially if you have one of those little mini hair dryers that have a cool setting, that would be a good thing, because you don't want to use the hot setting, but you could definitely use the cooler setting. And once it's dry, like, take your finger, okay, and pat it. If it feels dry, then you know you're good to go with putting another coat on. If it still feels wet to the touch, wait a few seconds. Okay? So for the purpose of the video, because I don't want to have you guys sitting here for hours. Not that it takes hours for it to dry, but I mean, we have the other eye to do. So now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go back on top. But now, instead of going back and forth window wiper motion, I'm taking the applicator and I'm patting it onto the lid now. And pushing it into that crease. And then pushing it into the lower lash line. But I'm not going back and forth with a windshield wiper motion, because now I have that first coat down. So now it has something to stick to, if that makes sense, okay? Now, what this is going to do is it's going to give you full pigment, okay? If you don't want it to be full pigment, then you can go back in with window washer motion and it will tone it down a little bit, okay? But if you want it to be full coverage, pat it. And once you've pat it down, do not go back over it, okay? Just pat. I mean, I went over it just to show you, but once you go back over with the second coat and you've patted it on your eyelid, leave it alone. Because if you keep going over it and keep patting it, it's going to take it off until it's dry. And then if you have any product that has come up where you don't want it, take your finger or the brush and clean it up. Now you can see how intense the color gets with that second coat, because we let the first coat dry, okay? That's the trick. Let that first layer dry and then go back in. So if you want intense pigment, take your applicator, tap, 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 tap all over the lid, let it dry, leave it. If you want it to be a little less pigmented, then you can go back in with the window, like a windshield wiper motion, but don't keep going back and forth. Start at the bottom, go over and that way. Go in the middle, over, that way. Near the crease, over, that way, and that's it. If you keep going over it, it's going to keep picking up that product. It's the same thing like when you're trying to paint and you keep going over the same spot of wet paint, it keeps picking up the paint that you just put. That's what's going to happen to your eye if you keep doing that. So you need to work slowly with these products. You need to take your time. You need to do one layer, let it dry, and then go in, do the second layer, and now let that dry before you go in with the rest of your eye makeup. Once this top layer is dry, now you can go in with your crease color and start your eye look. So you can take your crease color, blend that into the lid, put your under the brow color on, do your liner, whatever you're going to do, but let this dry. So like I said, your best bet is going to be a cool hair dryer or a fan, like a little fan, paper fan, something, or one of those little portable fans. The battery operated ones would even be better than the hair dryer because it's not as strong. Just get one of those battery operated fans from the dollar store and just close your lid. Let it dry with the fan. Once it's dry, it's going to be on there. You're not going to have to worry about it. You can go on and do the rest of your eye look without you worrying about that getting everywhere, okay? But that's the trick. You have to let it dry. So I'm going to do this eye now to show you this shade. And like I said, I'm going to do it the same way. Same way as that eye. You can put this product on your hand and go in with a brush if you want to, but I kind of feel that if you do it that way, you're going to lose a lot of product. So I would say use the brush, the applicator that it comes with, and do it that way. Because I just think that if you were to go on with your hand with this product, there's really not enough there to pick up with the brush. It's so thin that if I do that, as I'm putting it on the brush, it's just going to blend it into my skin, and you're not going to get a whole lot of product on your brush. So I think you'd waste product, and nobody wants to waste product, obviously. You want to get the most for your money, so you don't want to be wasting products. And you can see now, that's where I just put it on my hand and went with the brush. That's already almost dry, okay? I find that the lighter colors, for some reason, dry quicker. I'm not sure why, but you can see now that's already almost dry. So we're gonna just let that sit for a minute. And again, because I talk with my face, I'm very expressive, you can see that the product kind of creeps up above my crease line, because you really should, when I do it without talking, if I'm just doing this on my own, what I do is when I put that first layer, I keep my lid down. So I put my head back and then I just go like that. And then I just let that dry, either by doing this or, like I said, get a little fan, whatever, but keep your lid down and closed if you can. All right. And then wait a few seconds, touch it with your finger. If it feels dry, then you know that you can go in with the second coat. But I would definitely keep your lids down. You don't want to be looking upwards, in other words. So the more you can keep your lid down, the less chance you're going to get of that product going above the crease line. Okay. Now that one's already pretty much dry. And it's going to depend, too, on how thick of a layer you put to begin with. If you put a thicker bottom layer, it's going to take longer to dry. So I would say work in thin coats. So now I'm doing the same thing. I'm going over in a tapping motion with that product. I'm not going back and forth now. Now I'm just laying that product on where I want it, right over that first layer. And once I do, I'm going to leave it. Once it's covered everywhere where I need it to be, I'm going to leave it, okay? So you can see. It puts it exactly where I want, and now you have full pigment coverage. Sorry, the sun's coming through my shade. So you can see. That gives you pretty much full pigment color. The shade's very light. It's beautiful, but it's a very light shade. So that is pretty much full pigment on that. So let me close my eyes so you guys can see. So you can see the blue is a much deeper tone, obviously. And then you have Joker, which is a beautiful, like a champagne, it's like a champagne pink. It's gorgeous. This is really pretty as an inner corner highlight even. You could do a halo look with this. You could do a really pretty crease color, keep it really light and simple with some mascara, and it would be beautiful. But guys, these colors are amazing. So don't be afraid to try them. You just have to work with them, take your time, and get used to them, okay? I'm going to swatch them for you, because now I have all the colors. So I'm going to swatch them all for you on my arm. So the first one I'm going to swatch is Gold Reflection. And let me swatch as best as I can, because again, like I said, the more you go over them, the let's see, probably shouldn't have. That's Gold Reflection. Okay. Then let's see. Then we have Hawaiian Bronze. Let me try and do this a different way. That was not a good place to swatch. Let me swatch it there. So this is Hawaiian Bronze. It's really pretty, guys. Actually, let me put the first one right next to that one, because that was not a good location to put it. Okay. Then we have Joker, which will be a little bit harder to see. So that's Joker. Then we have Pop of Light. Pop of Light. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, they're gorgeous colors. Then you have Perlina, which is like a white pearlized, like opal undertone to it. Like, it's so pretty, guys. It's like a pearl. It's just like what a pearl would look like. It has all the like reflex of like you can see almost like purples and a little bit of blue, just like you would find on a regular pearl. Then we have Glow Tulip, which is one of my favorites. This is another one that has a really pretty reflex. Depending on how you look at it and how the light hits it, you'll see that it'll give off a different look. Like there, you can see almost like a purple undertone, but then if you switch it this way, it almost looks red. And then the last one, I'm sorry, is the Dive Into Blue, which is what we have on. And as you can see, this one, Dive Into Blue, I feel is the one that needs the most dry time. I feel like you really have to let that dry in order for it to not be patchy. Okay? And that's what it looks like. So it's a blue with almost like a little bit of a purple undertone. So again, depending on how you're looking at the colors, they can look a little bit different, but that's what they look like. So And this is different lighting. I'm trying to get away from all the sunlight, so kind of, so that's up close. And again. So they are beautiful, guys. I mean, absolutely beautiful. My camera's going to go crazy now because I went up too close. Let me shut this shade a minute. Sorry, guys. That was, whew. Yeah. I have my mini blinds. The sun's like peeking through the mini blinds. It's messing with my camera. So let me see. Okay, there we go. That's better. So those are the shades, guys. There's 7 shades. And I mean, they are beautiful. So, and as you can see, they're already starting to dry down. Okay. So, see what I mean? Like once they're on, they're not going anywhere. Okay, they're on there. They're not getting in mixed in with the others. You can see I'm going right across all of them. And they're not moving. They're staying right where I put them. So once they dry down, you're good to go. Okay? Even the blue one. The blue one's still a little wet though. I just find that the blue one takes the longest. I'm not sure why, but the rest of them you can see, like I'm rubbing them. Like you can see, I'm giving them quite the intense pressure on there and they're not moving. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys to kind of find it a little bit easier to apply them. Like I said, do it whatever way you want to. I mean, obviously, if the way that I'm doing it doesn't work for you, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you options of how you can put these on so that they're not patchy. And like I said, it has nothing to do with the formula or pharmacy. I find that to be true with any cream or liquid eyeshadow. Now, even our potted cream shadows, when you put them on, if you were to keep going over them, okay, I got the blue one. So if you were to keep going over this, it just blends it out. It doesn't get patchy, but it's a thicker formula, okay? It's a thicker formula and it's meant to blend. And it's made so that you can blend it out and like work with it, okay? See what I mean? Like you don't see any patchiness there. There's no patchiness, and I'm going over it, but it's not taking off the product. It's blending it, and there's a difference. You don't want it to take off, but you want it to blend. So that's the difference, okay? With the cream shadows that we have in the pot, you have more leeway when you're blending and working with them. It's not like you can see that product's not coming off. It's just been lightened by me blending it. So it's gotten a little bit lighter, but it's still there. With the cream, with the liquid eyeshadows, you have to let it dry. Let that first layer dry and you'll get a beautiful eye look, okay? I mean, you can see that is stunning, okay? That is so pretty. And now it's dry. It's not going to go anywhere. So now you can do your crease, finish your eye look, your mascara, everything. And you don't have to worry about that. If you don't like the liquids and you find that you just cannot work with them or you just can't get used to them, try out the potted cream ones, okay, guys? We have several shades. I love these. I love, love, love these. They are so nice. So if this type is not for you, okay, and you just can't work with them or you just don't like liquid eyeshadows for whatever reason, if this is not to your liking, try these, guys. If you want a cream shadow, try these. You will not regret it. Like I said, they come in these little pots. They're glass pots. They're so pretty. You get 0.11 ounces in these. This one's Blue Moon. It's just, and they're long lasting. They last until you take them off. So try them out, guys. Try out the liquid ones. try out the cream. Get a liquid and get a cream of your favorite color. And compare. Do one eye with the cream, one with the liquid. You have 30-day money back. So it doesn't matter. If you don't like it, you return it, okay? But try each one. Try this one on one eye, try this on the other, and see which one is going to work best for you. I guarantee one of them will become your favorite. And you can mix these with the powdered, with our powdered shadows. You can mix them. So you can do this on the lid and then go in with powder for the rest of your eye. You can do really pretty eye looks by combining, or just using, I mean, nothing stops you from using all cream on the whole entire eye. You could do the cream in the crease, do this and then go into the crease with the cream. But like I said, I don't know how messy that will be. Maybe if you did the crease, you keep your eye closed, it should be fine, and let the crease color dry and then go in with whatever you're going to put above. But if you're doing the crease, I would definitely do your lid first, let it dry. And then if you're going to go in the crease with another one of these, then look down, go in your crease, keep your eye, closed and let that dry. Because otherwise, I have a feeling that it's going to get up in here somewhere and then you'd have to clean it up. But have fun with it, guys. Experiment with it. Do whatever looks that you like. It's not going to hurt. Like, have fun. It's makeup, guys. And like I said, if for some reason you don't like the way it came out, try it again. Give it a couple of tries before you give up on it. I know a lot of people tend to just get frustrated with when it comes to these cream products. But it's just a matter of getting used to them and taking your time. You just got to go a little bit slower. But they are really pretty. And especially if you are someone that wants the shadows to really pop and you want more of a, like a, what am I looking for? Like, not luminous, but if you like more of like that type of look, okay? More of that shiny, like glowy, instead of a matte eyeshadow, like a regular plain matte powder shadow. If you want more of this look, you'd have to go with one of the creams to get this type of look. You can see there's a lot of brightness, a lot of tone to these. They're not matte, so you get that sunlight playing off of it, and it's just so pretty. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out the way that I hear it in my head. Like, I know what I want to say, but for some reason, I can't find the words of how I want to describe this. But I think you kind of get the idea. So give it a try, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to go over again how I do it, or if you need some other tips, I can try and give you other tips, other ways to apply it. But yeah, so that's all the liquid eyeshadow shades we have. And you can find them on my website at www.pharmacyus.com/Charlotte Cardoso 2. And we have a ton of new stuff there. We have a sale going on until Tuesday, 50% off, up to 50% off on selected products. The Rose Clay Mask is one of those products. There's a bunch of things on there that I use all the time that are up to 50% off that I actually stocked up on. I love a sale. So go check it out, guys. If you have any trouble with the website, let me know. If you need help with anything, let me know. And of course, as always, if you need to place an order and you don't know how, just let me know and I'll walk you through it. So I hope this was informative, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy it. It's beautiful out. It's cold, but it's gorgeous. So go out, get some air, spend some time with your family, and I will be back tomorrow with a brand new video. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.